Since the day I took office, my number one budget priority has been education, the key to a robust economy. I've invited educators, legislators, and business leaders to serve on my Education Excellence Commission. We have a single bold goal that is not only achievable, but for the sake of Utah's economy and the future of our children, it is essential.
The 21st century economy will determine the quality of life for Americans. Science literacy is essentially going to be what determines how good an economy that is. If you don't recognize that science literacy does not begin when someone graduates high school and decides to go to college to do something, that it's something that actually settles in at a very, very young age, then you need to get better educated. This is where the United States ranks in terms of its students' ability to be scientifically literate. There is a threat. We need to address it honestly and recognize the things that are available to us to do something about it.
One of the best things that we have in the state of Utah is that we have an iSEE program where teachers can draw information from, and so we try to have as many of these people come to Jordan District to learn about science.
Here at Summit, we just don't do any field trip that's going to take us out of the classroom for just any reason. It has to be an educational replacement or an enhancement of the day. We value those programs and think that they're a huge asset. We are a huge supporter of all of these programs.
The activity we did when I went to that summer camp was we made perfume. And to a 16-year-old girl, that's really cool. So I thought maybe I want to do chemical engineering.
Math is no longer boring. Math is what explains why things are cool and why anything can even happen.
If you're going to have that aha moment and give that kid that jolt of inspiration that changes their life forever, you've got to get to them when they're young.
I can remember one student in particular. It was about my fourth year teaching. It wasn't until the outreach program came to our school and they did the chemical and physical changes, and monthly I would get another science project from this student. And I know that that sparked something in her that I don't think would have been sparked otherwise. It's not just the book and paperwork anymore. It's the actual hands-on exploring.
We brought the second graders in one class at a time, and they sat around this continent rug, and we learned about the rainforest and all of the animals that are on each continent that are in the rainforest.
We've been to some crazy small little towns. There's no fifth grade class, except for the very few exceptions, that we don't go to. We want to see them all.
We actually reach every fourth grade class in the state of Utah, every charter school, every public elementary school. So we reach a lot of kids.
Some of the kids just get so excited that they tell me at the end of second grade that they want to be a scientist or they want to be a biologist, and that's what it's all about.
We work very closely with the State Office of Education so that we understand what the needs are for science education in the classroom. And we also spend a lot of time listening to teachers so that we can meet their needs. It's both on-site programs, and we all travel across the state and visit classrooms across the state.
I wish there were more outreach programs, really, because it's a great experience for someone to come to your school.
You know what, they could watch the videos of maybe some of the experiments, but I think it's much better to see it in person.
What we strive to do is create an environment that it's getting the interest, getting the focus, and sparking that curiosity, and then allowing that curiosity to be fulfilled. When students are in that state of mind, the amount that they absorb is just incredible.
Of course, for every program that we do, we need money. Teachers work hard, and I think that they deserve having programs like this where the legislature is generous enough to give us money for these programs. If this was not there, I think there would be a loss of energy. A lot of them don't have the great skills of science that they have in math and reading. But with instruction from these iSEE groups where money is being given, then they have more confidence to be able to teach it.
Resources are slim, and to be able to have a group come out and actually bring the supplies and the materials and some of the hazardous chemicals to the schools, it's just been an eye-opening hands-on to students where they wouldn't get that otherwise.
One of the big things is to get this curriculum to the teachers, and by doing that we give them a whole nother way that they can teach astronomy in a way that's very hands-on and full body, so that their kids can have a totally different way of experiencing it, understanding it, and then being able to use their critical thinking skills to reason through important questions that get asked about it.
We're working closely with teachers in schools throughout Utah to help them improve their practice in the classroom so that science education is exciting both when we're there and when we're not.
If we didn't have the funding, then we wouldn't be able to do these hands-on experiments in our classroom.
Once they have the hands-on experience of learning and the reading part of it, then they're able to put both of those components together to really understand science.
We are that glue that binds together the science lessons they receive in the classroom. We play a very important, almost vital role. The experiences that their students and their teachers experience through the iSEE groups is completely important to their ability to teach.
We must also remain fervently committed to STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math education. Nothing matters more than preparing our children to face the new interdependent global economy so that we can declare with one voice, with singular focus, that Utah will achieve education excellence.